Hello again, friends. I wanted to do a quick update video on my vintage format may not be what we remembered video that I made a little bit ago. The purpose behind this is basically just to showcase what we do know now, what I was wrong about, what we still don't know about, and what I was correct about. So to start off with, for consideration 1, promo card availability, I was basically spot on. I predicted either that No Life King Death Anchor was going to be the first promo card that was not included or the last promo card that was included, and it was the last promo card that was included, so I was basically 100% correct about that one. For rule changes, I've actually been mostly, well, this was speculation. I'm not going to say I was incorrect, but I said that Vanguard has had updates in the rules over the years, and those updates may either be reflected or not reflected depending on various circumstances. So to give an example of some of those rules, if we go over to card mechanics, we have the once per turn mechanic. Once per turn is only going to become relevant once particular cards get released, such as Tidal Assault. The original Tidal Assault says, at the end of the battle that this unit attacked a Vanguard, if you have an Aquaforce Vanguard stand this unit, and this unit gets minus 5,000 until end of turn, this ability can't be used for the rest of this turn. That last little part is what got turned into once per turn, but they made an entire update of the once per turn rulings and said, you choose whether or not this activates, and if you choose not to activate it, you can choose to activate it again later. So even though the way that Tidal Assault was originally worded, it was mandatory, with the once per turn, it is no longer mandatory. And because of that, I'm curious to see if they're going to have in set 13 the once per turn text as it has on here, or if they're going to have the original text of Tidal Assault and have it function as a mandatory effect instead of an optional effect the way that it is now. Likewise, going forward, card restrictions are going to be a little bit up in the air. We still don't know exactly how this is going to function. If they release, as I suspect, sets 6, 7, 8, 9, plus the trial decks and extra boosters, so everything up until the point where Liberators and Eradicators were launched, then it is possible that they will implement the same ban list that they had in Japan, where you could only run up to 2 copies of any of the given cards that they had in this list. So if you wanted to run 2 Silent Toms and a Wingull Brave, you were not allowed to, just as one silly example. You could only have 1 Dragonic Overlord the end if you had a Conroe, so on and so forth. If they do implement that particular card restriction, it's going to shake up the format even more, because right now, Dragonic Overlord the end and Majesty Lord Blaster are going to be absolutely dominating. And I think Royal Paladin can actually skirt around this a lot easier because of Wingull Brave. All it needs is for Wingull Brave to successfully hit a boost behind a blaster, and then they can get Majesty Lord Blaster anyway, so the choice restriction isn't going to be that impactful. All in all, we don't know how this one is going to pan out just yet. So those are the things that we're not sure about. For mixed clans, obviously, after this video was announced, someone informed me that mixed clans were completely allowed. I've already gone in and tested it. You can run mixed clans and they function exactly the way that you would expect. So that just leaves a couple of other tiny differences that we have in the format. So I'll go ahead and do a quick example here. Oh, that's fine. That doesn't matter. So I'm currently running a deck that has 33 grade 2s to showcase 2 particular things here. So one of the rule changes that I speculated was about guarding. And the question is, can you guard if you have a Vanguard that is a lower grade than the card from your hand? Because in the original Vanguard you could not, and in updated Vanguard you can. So this is to showcase that you cannot do that. Likewise, this is just to show, hey, G-Assist is here. So you can see here, I tried to do a G-Assist. Since I don't have any grade 1s, I can't pick anything, but this just shows that that's working and everything is functioning about as you would expect. So we'll just go ahead and skip our turn. And then they're going to send an attack over here. Eventually. And you can see that when I try and guard with any of these grade 2 units in my hand, it will not let me. So that means that at least for a little bit, you can try still Vampire. Obviously, it was never a good card, but you can at least have fun with it, and the condition that it's trying to bring about is still going to be valid, and it's still going to be at least potentially game-ending if you can get it off, assuming that your opponent's at high enough damage. Likewise, if you go to deck build, a couple of things that are a little bit sad. If you go to vintage, the first thing is our boy is gone. Both of our boys are gone, I guess, depending on how you want to look at it. So if we go to text search here and look up Star Drive. Oof. Likewise, if we go to text here and we search, oh, wrong one. If we go to text here and we look up Barkle, we can see that Barkle has been banned as a starting Vanguard. It is tragic, absolutely tragic. So if you saw my previous video about where I think Barkle Soul Saver would stand in this particular metagame, I don't think it would be that good. Well, that's a lie. I think it would be good, but not as good as Dragonic Overlord the End or Majesty Lord Blaster. Dragonic Overlord the End flat out counters the deck completely, and Majesty Lord Blaster has so many outs to hit 20k that it would just steamroll through the Barkle Soul Saver deck. So unfortunately, even though the deck wouldn't be the strongest deck in the format, they got rid of Barkle, and if they do continue down the path of following the limited or restricted list to a T, we're going to end up in a situation where Barkle is going to be banned for a very long time. This is the perfect time to have Barkle unbanned, and it's not going to be. I don't know what they're going to do for the limited or restricted list when they release the next set. As I mentioned, that's all speculation, but now we're just kind of stuck here wondering what exactly the game is planning to do going forward. I do have other thoughts and comments after having played the game for a little bit, but I feel like those aren't as topically relevant for this particular video, so I'm just going to end this one here. I hope you enjoyed it. Have a good one.